Imagine being one of the most famous stars on television, and suddenly, a photo of you makes the entire world talk. That is exactly what happened to Linda Evans, a star who everyone knew and admired. But there was one moment that completely surprised fans and even shocked some of her colleagues. We are talking about Linda Evans' topless photos and the story behind them. And trust me, you will want to hear every part of it. Linda Evans became a household name in the 1970s. She starred in hit shows, and millions of people admired her acting, her looks, and her charm. But one set of photos changed the way people saw her completely. These photos were not from a movie or television show. They were personal photos, and they showed Linda Evans topless. At the time, this was shocking because she was known for her clean image and graceful style. People were not ready for it. You might be wondering how these photos even came out. The story is not simple. The photos were taken long before she became famous. They were meant to be private. Back in the 1960s and 70s, it was not common for actresses to take such bold photos, especially if they wanted to keep a serious career. But Linda Evans, like many young models at the time, did some modeling that she thought would stay personal. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. When she became famous with her television shows, someone somehow got hold of the photos. They were published without her permission. Fans were shocked. People who admired her wholesome image were now seeing a side of her they never expected. The media reacted strongly. Headlines screamed about the scandal and photos were copied and shared widely. This made Linda Evans the subject of gossip for weeks. Now, you might think this ruined her career, but it did not. Surprisingly, Linda Evans continued to work and became even more popular in the late 1970s and early 1980s. She starred in the television series that made her a household name, and fans did not stop loving her. In fact, the photos are now part of Hollywood history and show how women in entertainment often faced impossible pressures. They had to be both beautiful and perfect while also being private, and one small mistake could lead to massive attention. Let us take a moment to think about the bigger picture. Today, celebrities often deal with photos leaking online. But back then, it was even harder. There were no social media accounts or smartphones, just magazines, newspapers, and word of mouth. For Linda Evans, it was a confusing time. She had to manage her image, answer questions from reporters, and still do her job on television. Many people admired her for handling it calmly without letting it stop her career. So why do these photos still get talked about today? The answer is simple. They show a very human side of a celebrity. Linda Evans was more than just her television roles or her glamorous look. She was a young woman making choices, taking risks, and sometimes facing the consequences. The photos became a symbol of the challenges that actresses faced, especially women who wanted both fame and privacy. Linda Evans never let the photos define her. She continued acting, appeared in new shows, and even inspired other women in Hollywood to stand strong when private matters became public. Over the years, she shared lessons about being careful, being professional, and always thinking about the long-term impact of personal choices. The photos, while shocking at the time, are now seen as part of a larger story, one of courage, fame, and learning from mistakes. To summarize, Linda Evans' topless photos shocked the world, but they did not stop her from achieving her dreams. They remind us that everyone has moments they might regret, and even famous people face difficult challenges. Today, fans remember her not for the photos alone, but for her talent, her charm, and the way she handled a difficult situation with grace. Linda Evans' story is both surprising and inspiring. It shows that one mistake, one leak, or one shocking image does not have to define a person's life or career. She proved that talent, dedication, and perseverance matter more than any single moment of gossip. And maybe it also teaches us to be kinder, because behind every celebrity headline, there is a real person with real feelings. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more stories about Hollywood stars and the moments that surprise the world, do not forget to stay tuned. Remember, every story has more than meets the eye, just like Linda Evans' journey. Her photos may have shocked the world, but her talent and determination made history.